Today on FTRTV, it's time to heat and cool the tank. G'day everyone, my name is David Meyer and welcome back to First Time Reef for TV. Now the tank is well and truly in its cycling period. We're starting to get a bit of gunk built up on the glass and getting some solid readings of ammonia in the tank as well. With an update with that, I actually went the Dr. Tim's route, but I've also, after some discussions with other reefers, I popped down to Aquarium. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll chuck a link to the video somewhere here or here. Down to Aquarium, and I got myself some live rock to add to the tank, just to really speed up the cycling process. So I'll try and zoom in there for you. So I've got some live rock sitting on top of the media here, which is going to help flow through and help seed that media. I've also got another piece of branch over at the top of the plating media as well. I'm a firm believer that bacteria is crucial to the success of a tank, and the more bacteria, the better. So this is going really well now. The water surface rippling there is going really well with the random flow generators. I'm about to chuck on a UV sterilizer. I've got a cabinet coming for this area here that my boy Billy Holiday from Starfry Aquatics is building for me, and that is going to be my control box. So everything, all the controllers are going to link, are going to feed through the stand here, come into here. It's going to be powered. My sparker is going to come back and put some power points in that, and it's going to be completely viewable from this side with all of that, plus the calcium reactor. Spoiler alert, I went a Delta calcium reactor. And then on the front here, I'm thinking probably a big iPad of some sort that can display what's going on in my tank and feed some information either from maybe the Alcatronic or the controller that I've got coming. So pretty excited to share that with you guys. Apart from that, everything else is running pretty well on this tank. I've had no issues so far. Skimmer is still off on the unit here because I just don't want to skim out anything at the moment. I want to leave as much crud in there, but it's definitely starting to get a little bit manky in there, which is fantastic. So that's the tank. Speaking of lights, that's the light rack that I've got in the room here, and what it has is like a little lip on the inside here. I've got my lights arriving hopefully next week. So what I'm going to do is actually run some bars of aluminium extrusion. You can see that. That's going to sit on these ones here and run across, and then the lights are going to slide onto the aluminium extrusion, and what that allows for me to move the lights as I need, dependent on the spread and the power readings that I get. So I can lift the bar up and just move it across if I need to go left or right. But having it on the extrusion also allows me to slide the lights back and forth as well. So if I really want to get the right coverage, it gives me a lot of room for movement. So that's pretty exciting. I've also had all of the PowerPoints up here changed over to black because we forgot to do it in black originally, so that's going to be in black. This one over here is now in black as well, so I can finish just painting that little white section in. There is also a frag tank that's going here. That's going to go in this corner here. Initially, it's going to connect to my system that's on the other side of that wall there, which is the existing cade. But eventually, once the system's mature, it will be plumbed into the sump that's over on the main display as well. So that's a bit of an update on the room and what's going on. But today we're going to talk about the heating and cooling of the tank. I've actually received my unit, so I can't wait to show you guys that. But you know, there's essentially, for a tank this size, there's three options that I could have looked at. The first was looking at putting just a split system in the room, which I can turn you guys around. Just putting a split system into the room up there. The roof is actually sloping up this way, so it actually pushes all the heat up to here. I could have just put a splitty there, and it could have just cooled the entire room or heated the entire room. But obviously the room has to be pretty well insulated, which fortunately this is. But if I'm trying to keep my tank around 25 degrees, I don't know about being in here with 25 degrees all the time. And then obviously once you open the doors, it's going to lose a lot. But that was quite a power efficient way. I was told that if I ran a split system, inverter split system, it probably would have added about $50 to my electricity bill a month. I still might add, a split system there purely just for my comfort during summer. Spoiler alert, I didn't go the split system because there's nothing there. So that might come later down the track when I've got a little bit more funds. But at the moment I have to go with what's most appropriate for me. A second option that you can go is looking at the Tico units that are available in the Aquarium trade. Oops, you're not meant to see what I'm using. You can use the Tico units. They've actually got a new system out that has R290 gas, which is meant to be 50% more efficient in the 2000 size than their previous unit, which I think is incredible. But the only downfall of that is apparently they've taken out the heating units out of the unit. So you would still have to run traditional heaters, and I don't understand why, if you're making a brand new unit like that, that you'd actually take a step back, because the previous ones actually still had heating as well as cooling. So more efficient, but then I had to run extra heaters in the tank, and that didn't seem to be the best suited purpose for my tank. But in saying that, you also have to duct it. So unless you can run the unit outside and have something to cover it as well, you have to be able to duct the exhaust to get that heat that comes from the unit out of your room. But it's pointless just having that chill the water, but the unit's actually expelling some heat from its exhaust, which is just going to heat the room back up, and I think that just becomes a vicious cycle. So that ruled that one out. So my homie Chad Chatfield, he's got a big 3,000 litre system, and I've been talking to him a lot about his build. Because water volume, he's 1.5 times mine, but equipment-wise, he's actually gone down the route of running all pool equipment. So for his chilling and heating unit, he actually got a inverter Swimmax system, which is an inverter model which has the that power saving ability because it's an inverter. So it's the Premier House website here, just having a look through the details of the unit. It is rated at 20,000 litres, so more than substantially going to cover my tank, and it runs at 7 kilowatts of power. They are $26.99 brand new, and like I said, this has Wi-Fi controllability, so you can adjust it from wherever you are. They are very quiet and economical to run, and I like the ABS cabinet that it is, which means that it's going to be more than weatherproof, with no issues, and it's got a titanium coil inside as well to heat and cool the unit. And it actually has this little control screen on the unit as well that you can use. Now, as I mentioned, the $1 of power actually gets you $5 to $6 of heating and cooling on this unit. So they're incredibly efficient, and it allows for a much less runtime to actually do the job on your tank. I went down the same option, and I now have, oops, wrong way. The Swimmax inverter pool heat pump. Now this is heat and cool. I'll get you in the right zone there. So this is heat and cool. My homie Billy Holiday actually picked this up for me today because this couldn't fit into my car. So shout out to Billy Holiday for sorting that out for me, mate. This is the 7 kilowatt unit. This is from Premier House. They do a whole range of pool products, including like pool pumps, heat pumps, everything you name it, they've got it, and as well as a range of other products as well. So I highly suggest that if you guys are getting into this big range of tanks and you need something to heat and cool your system, this is probably going to be the unit that you should be looking at for just efficiency and power usage, and obviously how quickly it can heat and cool the water. So I'll chuck up some information about this unit just in some rollover for you, because there's some great features of this, but we're going to unpack it now. So let me just put you guys down like that. Oopsie daisy. And let's quickly unbox this. I hope you guys can still hear me properly. Now, it's going to sit. Oh, right. So this is going to sit just in front of the room here. I'm getting rid of this this rainwater pump. That's getting out of here, and this is going to slide in there and replace it instead. There's going to be a roller shutter behind it for that added security, and then from there the water outlets actually come out the back here. Still there? I'll take you guys around. So this is ABS plastic housing on the outside, which means it can withstand the test of time outdoors here. The outlets actually come out the back here, so that's water out, water in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a couple of holes through the brick wall over the other side there. Let me pick you guys up. I'm going to punch 2 holes through the brick wall there for this to feed through. The pipes are going to feed inside the room, and when they go inside the room, they're going to come back out here and connect into the one of the return lines outside. So that's going to have a flow meter on it as well, so I'm going to be able to determine the flow rate that's going through the unit as well. But that's how it looks. So it's a pretty beastie unit. Huge fan on the front there for everything to get out. My wife's probably going to have a heart attack seeing this, but you know, luckily she loves me. You got the control of the unit on the front here, which you can just turn on, off, I think change the power or the temperature as well, and then it just connects to Wi-Fi, and you can do it remotely as well, and you can just log in and check on your phone what the temperature of the tank is. Titanium coolers inside, titanium elements inside, so it's completely suitable to run in salt water. And yeah, hopefully I'll get this bad boy plumbed up pretty quickly, because basically that tank has just been operating just on ambient room temperature. Unfortunately in Melbourne it's been pretty warm, and the room does heat up because it's all glass doors here, so until I get my roller shutters it's still going to be quite warm, but that's okay because we haven't had crazy weather yet. So yeah, hope you guys agree with my decision of what I went with. And I do understand for most people it's probably not going to be practical to go a unit like this, purely because of its size and the way that it has to be installed. You obviously can't install this inside a room, but sitting in front of there, it's going to be no problems. I'm probably going to get a little screen over the front of it as well and put a green wall up there so it sort of camouflages it a little bit so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb in the backyard. But it's already in the monument color that essentially all the stuff in my house is going to be, including the roller shutter on the door there. So this can cool up to 20,000 litres of aquarium volume or pool volume at a very, very fast rate. So for builds this sort of size, I think it's pretty hard to go past a unit like this purely for its efficiency and having the right tool for the right job, in my opinion. But isn't she gorgeous? Beautiful. Very nice. So shout out to Premier House for hooking me up with this unit. Before you guys always just saying nice things because you got it for free. I didn't get it for free. I did buy the unit at a slight discount, but I still purchased very, very close to retail. But I honestly think for a tank that's a big water volume, it's pretty hard to go past a unit like that to really get the job done. And then it sort of keeps in here a little bit clear as well. But obviously it has to suit your purpose of being able to run the pipes or externally or having a pump even to do it. But fortunately in my case I can use the garage to plumb everything and you actually won't see it. And with the tank volume being about 1,300 litres, the sump volume being 550 litres, which is half full, so that's another sort of 250, 300 litres, plus another frag tank over there. We're getting close to just over 2,000 litres in water volume here. So I just wanted to make sure I had something that was completely fit for purpose and wasn't going to struggle on those extremely hot days. And just having that Wi-Fi capability also was a really, really good sweetener. So if you guys like this video, smash that like button. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you guys want to see some more videos about this amazing build happening next to me right here. And shout out again to Premier House, and I'm going to leave a link to their website and a link to the unit in the description, so go down and check it out if you want to see it for yourself. And my friends, until next time, peace.